That
Well,
diet's
you don't necessarily have to, because you
Yeah.
figure if you're eating chicken and rice every day
Yeah.
or 5 times a day or
Yeah,
whatever the case
exactly.
is, just to get chicken rice and broccoli or chicken rice and this.
Yep.
Yeah, I imagine that would be extremely tough.
It is. It's extremely tough. So I went on my 12-week diet and decided to get back on stage. And I had a different mindset. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to do this with no expected outcomes. Okay. I'm going to do all my homework. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do my absolute best. And I'm just here to have fun, here to challenge myself. And I'm just happy to be here. I don't care what place I get. Even if I don't place, I'm happy that I made the sacrifice and I followed through and made it to the stage. I'm just happy to be here. I don't care about the outcome. I'm going to do my best, because really in bodybuilding and in a lot of things, you can't control the outcome. You could control yourself, right? But you can't really control the outcome. You can control your actions, but as far as the actual outcome, you just kind of got to let it go, right? Detach from it. So it doesn't get you all bent out of shape. Kind of like, because then I wouldn't have took off that 6 years. Had I not taken off that 6 years and I kept grinding, man, I might have become pro. 'Cause I was amateur. I never got my pro card. I was amateur.
Right.
But 6 years of competing, who knows what would have happened? Maybe more sponsors, maybe would have became pro. Who knows what kind of other connections I would have made.
Yeah.
Who knows what would have came out of it. But I'm sure nothing but good if I would have, instead of being a poor sport, and taking off 6 years. But so anyways, so I worked hard. I said, I just want to be on stage and follow through with the process. Got on stage and I got first in my category. I got first place. And that was the first time that happened. And to the point where when they called me to get my trophy and they said, and in first place, Jeremy Scott. They said Jeremy the Machine Scott.
Okay.
And that's why I kind of picked that up for a while. I was like, okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I started calling myself Jeremy the Machine Scott for a while. So when they called my name to collect that first place trophy, to come grab the trophy, I was like, wait a minute. I almost didn't want to. I was like, I think I'm hearing things.
Right.
I'm hearing stuff.
Right.
Because I had the mindset like, whatever happens, happens.
Right.
I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah.
I was just happy to be there.
Right.
And I was having fun. And so
that's usually when you win.
Exactly. Yeah. So with no expected outcomes, right? So I did that show, and then I did another show 4 weeks later, back to back.
Right.
I think I got a second or third or something like that. So I did those two back to back, which that was the first time I did two shows that close back to back. Because like I said, normally after the 12 weeks, I'm done with the diet, man. Mentally, I am done. I'm dying, man. That last week, they call it Hell Week. You're dying, man. Your body fat is down like lower than a human is ever meant to have their body fat. And that last week, you're questioning, why are you doing this? You're like, wait, why am I doing this again? Like, what is the purpose? Like, is this really worth it? Like, your mind starts playing with you that last week.
Yeah, I imagine.
When it's down to the wire like that. And that's why they call it Hell Week. You're tired. You're drained. I mean, just to, get up from your couch and go take out it just feels like everything. Your body feels heavy.
Yeah.
You're going on fumes. Your calories are low. Your body fat's low. You're just drained, man.
Just drained. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Which is one of the reasons why I don't compete anymore. I'm trying to focus on growing my business now and trying to focus on being present, be there for my kids. I want to be energetic and keep up with my kids and be around them. So that's one of the reasons why. And I want to be there for my clients. My clients could tell when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show. I feel bad for my clients.
Right.
They could tell I was grumpy and tired.
I ain't really slept good.
Yeah, exactly. The bodybuilding takes up all your bandwidth. Mental and physical. It just takes everything. And then the pressure and the stress of, going on stage and getting judged next to other competitors. You've got the competition on your mind and 24/7, and you're worried, are you going to be good enough? And is your body going to be where it needs to be? Is your conditioning good? Did you do enough cardio? You know, maybe you should have done that extra 5 minutes that you skipped. Maybe the guy standing next to you, he did the extra 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, he ate the extra piece of fish that you didn't eat, right? There's so many different factors,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
you know, but yeah, so that's how I got into bodybuilding, right?
Okay.
So but that was my last one. That's when I decided. I said, yeah, I'm gonna hang up the trunks, and that'll be it for me. You know,
Okay.
no more bodybuilding. And then after that, once again, I'm somebody, I need to be challenged.
Right.
I need something. I need to have an aim. I need to have a target. I need to create that. I need to create that something to strive for. I need to have that discomfort, a reason. You know, I mean, we can, we know we're supposed to go in the gym and push ourselves, do cardio, be uncomfortable, and but I need something, a reason, right? I can go work out. So that's when I started jujitsu. That's when I really, like I said, I did a little bit of martial arts here and there, a little bit of taekwondo, a little bit of karate, MMA, on and off throughout the years, but not long enough to really say that, okay, I do this, I do that. So the last, I picked up a little bit of skills here and there along the way, and I love it. It's very useful, and I use it to train. But now, about 2.5 years ago is when I signed up for. I said I'm going to go and start taking some jujitsu classes. So yeah, man. So that's been a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's been a whole nother journey. I mean, so bodybuilding's hard. But
Jiu-jitsu is a whole other level than bodybuilding.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It would seem the discipline of it seems like it's really, really, really hard.
Yeah, to go and put yourself in an environment where you are a bodybuilder, or you're strong. You're strong and powerful. You're muscular. You're athletic, but then there's the jiu-jitsu guys. You could be jacked, you could be strong, you could be athletic, you could be a good runner, good cardio. And then there's the jiu-jitsu guys, right? I mean, you take your first jiu-jitsu class, doesn't matter how big and strong you are, you're being held down on the ground by another grown-ass man. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
You can do about it, right?
So that's the first. That's what the first jiu-jitsu class is like, and you're gonna respond either one or two ways. You're gonna say, you know what, I'm never coming back again. I don't need this.
Right.
Or you're gonna say, you know what, how do I do that to somebody? I want to find out. I want to be able to do that to somebody.
Okay.
And of course, it's good workout. It challenges. It's challenging for me physically and mentally as well. I mean, it really pushes me. It helps me to. I've been in since starting jiu-jitsu. I can say from jiu-jitsu, I'm now, because with bodybuilding, you look like you're in shape, but you're not necessarily healthy.
Right. Yeah.
You might.
I wouldn't imagine it seemed like you got to put all this muscle
Yeah.
and it just like you figure if you 180, you got to add another 25, 30 pounds of muscle.
Exactly.
That's I'm obviously I don't know.
No, you're correct, and that comes out to you usually being less flexible, less mobile. With jiu-jitsu, you got to have good mobility, good flexibility. I've increased my flexibility. I've increased my mobility. I've increased my endurance. And even though as hard as I work and as much as I go train, I mean, every class, every time I go train, I feel like I'm getting to my threshold where basically I'm like, I'm dead, man. I can't even, my body just gives out. That's how tired I get from jiu-jitsu. And, when I first started, like I said, I was big and strong bodybuilder. I weighed like 205. Now I weigh 180.
Okay.
I first started 205, and, you're getting wrecked by guys who weigh 150. Maybe even 140.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You go in there and these people are, these people get a hold of you and, you know, it's like a boa constrictor, and you can't do a damn thing about it. So, you know, even if you're big and strong, you get, you know, a jujitsu guy who grabs a hold of you, and basically, you know, they can decide what they want to do to you, right? They want to put you to sleep. They want to, you know, break your limbs, break your bones. It's yeah.
No.
So that's what. So and it's just challenging, and it's very challenging physically and mentally as well. And there's new challenges every week, and it's just this uphill climb, this steady uphill climb, and that's why now I love it. I love doing it.
No, I got you.
I enjoy it.
Now, my question for you is, when it comes to now that you have your own, like, you know, you're teaching and you're trying to get people to be fit and things like that, right? How do you, like, what's the I'm trying to think of the word, maybe the mindset of you trying to mold somebody into something rather than you molding yourself into what you had to do as far as when you was a bodybuilder?
Trying to get somebody to do kind of the same thing, right? So that they can get results, right?
Yeah.
To change their mindset. Well,
Yeah.
I think the first and the most important thing, I think, is the person who wants whatever it is, let's take their goals, whatever it is that they want out of this process, right? The keyword process, right? They have to really want it. They have to have the desire. Because if they don't have the desire, as soon as things get hard or challenging, they're going to throw in the towel. They have to want it bad enough. And you, as a coach, sometimes, unfortunately, you want it more than they want it for themselves. And that's where it's hard as a coach, because you want to see them succeed. You want to see them get results. You want to see their body transform. You want to see their mind transform.
Right.
So that they can develop that disciplined mindset that it takes to be successful both inside and outside of the gym. So they can learn to, you know, deal with struggles or problems, whether it's messing up on the diet or whatever it is, whatever they can learn to apply the mental discipline that they can learn inside the gym.
Right.
They can also use those same tools and apply that in their personal life as well. And it works, you know, it works both ways.
True.
So I think what I like to do with people is I help people figure out their why. And that's important, because if they can't answer that question of why they want to do it, then, like I said, every time that things get challenging or hard, whenever there's roadblocks in the way, you will just throw in the towel if you don't have that why. And really, I think, as simple as it sounds, but it's not done very often or as much as it should be, is writing it down. Just writing it down and regularly reviewing that, so you can not lose sight and stay focused on your target and your goals. So writing down their why. And then when you write down that why, after writing down that why, next comes the how, right? And action verbs, right? Like, what actions now? So really creating a clear and concise plan on what needs to be done for them to get what it is that they want out of that process, and looking at the big picture, but then breaking that down into like micro goals, like small baby steps, like the first small thing. So let's say somebody's goal is going to require them to eat, 6 small meals a day, do 30 minutes a day of cardio, do weights 5 days a week, right? Stretch, take supplements. If you come in here and you're sedentary, you're not going to throw all that at somebody all at once.
Right.
Sometimes they want to.
Yeah.
Right? Initially, you're fired up, and it's like, that's great. I appreciate your enthusiasm, and we're going to need that. So save that. Right? You're fired up, right?
Right.
And they're like, well, I want to start everything now. And it's like, let's one thing at a time. It's a process. This is a lifestyle.
Right.
This is lifelong. It's not a 30-day thing. It's not a Biggest Loser thing. This is the rest of your life thing. So be patient and start with really, really small steps. So, if you're only eating once a day one big meal a day, right? Your metabolism's probably slowed down and you're drinking, 4 sodas a day. I'm not going to say, okay, we need 6 small meals a day, cut the soda out, water only. You're going to say, okay, what's that one big meal that you're eating per day? Okay, you know what? Let's say it's, let's say it's 4 cups of, greasy rice and some kind of big steak. Let's change that. Let's take those 4 cups of rice. Let's cut it down to 3, keep the steak, and don't even, bother with the sodas. Leave the sodas in there for now. And then can you do that consistently? Because consistency is key. Can you do that for 2 weeks? And then after that, if you can do that and handle that, then let's do this. Maybe one of the days during the week, change that steak for a piece of chicken. Is that doable? Do you feel you can do that? Have that chicken. And then instead of the 5 sodas per day, can you do 4 sodas per day?
Yeah.
But we start too big, too soon, and we crash hard, and then we rebound. And it's these small baby steps that we need to take, and it takes patience and consistency. And those are 2 things that don't come naturally, right? Patience and consistency.
That's true.
Unfortunately. And developing patience and consistency is just like everything else. It's like developing a muscle. It's an exercise, right? You can't, go from 5 pounds to 50 pounds overnight. Go from 5 pounds to 7 pounds to, because if you don't, as you see, like I tore my pec, you're going to run into problems.
Right.
You're going to run into issues. So it's the same. It's the same concept with everything, with the eating habits, with the mindset. That's kind of how I go about it with my clients and trying to get them to change their habits and which is going to actually change their life.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I think I saw somebody say, like, forget your motivation. It's the discipline that keeps you moving forward,
Motivation comes and goes
in
waves.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you feel motivated. Sometimes you don't. There's days, even myself as a trainer and a coach and somebody who's I consider myself pretty enthusiastic about fitness, but there's days where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to lift the weights. There's days where the weights feel heavy.
Yeah.
The cardio feels like it's taking forever. I'm keep checking the time. I'm like, I'm on the treadmill. I'm like, okay, surely it's been, at least 10 minutes.
Right.
Man, it's been like 1.5 minutes. I'm serious, man. That's how much I hate cardio.
Right.
If I said I need to be more motivated to do cardio, or I'm going to wait until I feel more motivated, or if I just relied only on my motivation to do cardio, because don't get me wrong, there's some days where I feel motivated and I'll go out on my run and I feel light. I feel like a feather. I feel like I could do extra cardio. And then there's days where I go out to run, man, my legs feel like lead. They feel like lead. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here. I don't like this. I'd rather be doing something else.
Right.
But you just got to go. You know what happens when you push through those kind of workouts? When you complete those kind of workouts, man, you feel so good. You feel that much better.
Yeah.
You become more confident, right? When you push yourself through something that you really didn't want to do. So it's so important to have that self-discipline. And self-discipline is very uncomfortable.
Yes.
It doesn't always feel good, right? But you got to apply it.
No, definitely.
And the more you can apply it, the more it becomes a habit. Once again, that's self-discipline, and that goes along with, having that willpower. It's a muscle that you're developing. And, it doesn't get necessarily easier, but the hard things do become easier. Yeah.
That makes sense.
You develop it. It's a habit. Once it becomes a habit, it requires, you don't have to think about it as much when it becomes a habit.
Yep.
Right? We can, over time, we're able to undo the bad habits. Keyword time, over time. Right? And because sometimes when we go out to do these things and we fail at it, we get frustrated and we stop right away and we say, this is too hard. That's like you saying, you know what? I want to bench press. My goal is to be able to bench press 300 pounds. Well, how much are you bench pressing right now? Well, I bench press 100 pounds, but I want to do 300 pounds. So that's like, okay, so you go in the gym tomorrow, load up 300 pounds on the bar, and you can't lift it. And you're like, you know what? That's too hard.
Yeah.
Forget it. and you just go back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the same thing.
It is.
Little by little, consistency, repetition, over and over and over.
Definitely, man. Definitely. You got to. Now, I have to speak for some of your people.
Yeah.
We know somebody that you're training right now.
Absolutely.
As far as you being a trainer, is this something that you want to like expand your business, like, I don't know, worldwide, but just, to where like you get a lot more people? Do you want to have people under you training, or you just want to be you being like, because I really want to ask, like, do you want to be one of those guys who be in the front and it be a big old class of people and like you making moves, or where you still do you like the one-on-one kind of thing?
Yeah. I really like the one-on-one. I like to help people on a one-on-one basis. I really like it. I really like where my business is at right now and the way I'm able to help clients on a personal level. I really enjoy it. I have a lot of satisfaction and a lot of fulfillment with, the way I'm able to help my clients at this point, up until this point, on the level that I'm helping them. And so what I've done, and I do want it to grow. And what I realized is that, so with the in-person training, I know that I can only see so many customers in one day. There's only so many hours in one day. And even then you got to be careful because you can also burn yourself out, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. So what I actually started doing was developing online coaching. So with the online coaching and with these online programs that I'm creating, I don't have to spend actual hours with each person, right? I'm creating their programs. They're doing their programs. They're sending progress pics as they're transforming. They're checking in with me. They're doing their nutrition. I'm overlooking their nutrition. I'm overlooking their workouts through a fitness app that I have. It's a quick fit training app. And through this app, there's basically not as much of a limit to how many people I can help because I don't have to spend hours with each person. Yeah, I can help out multiple people. And there's no limits as far as location on where I can help people out. Obviously, in-person training, it's got to be somewhat local, not too far. I've had mobile clients before where I was just driving down, 30, 45 minutes away to train clients. Yeah.
Those be like, you figure like the pits.
Yeah, definitely. That was a lot. Because depending on the location, it takes, about twice as long as the regular client, 2-3 times as long as the regular one. So the whole, pricing structure had to be different for those clients. I had to make changes with that. But I no longer really do the mobile training. Just I'm totally booked up. I actually, for my in-person training, has gotten so busy, I can't even accept new clients at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Fully booked. I can't take on any new clients, which is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, to get to that point. I mean, there were days when I worked at 24 Hour Fitness prior to starting my own business. I could only wish for that problem.
Right.
I wish for it. I wish to have a full schedule,
Yeah.
And there's times where I'm like, man, working all these hours, training all these clients back to back. And I realized that, the way that I'm doing things now is something that one day that I was dreaming of, that I'm living my dream, literally. I will just, there's days where I wish to have there'd be gaps in my schedule. I'm like, I wish I had more clients. I wish I was busier.
Right.
And sometimes we could be living our dream and complaining about it and not realizing it. That everything that you're doing right now is something that at one point in time in your life, you were praying for it. And God blessed you with that. And now you're living it. And now you're complaining. So we got to really take inventory sometimes and take time and look at, where the journey that we're on and appreciate and take time to reflect on how far we've come. Right. So as far as growth, mainly focused on growing the online part of my business. I would like to grow the online part of the business more and continue to grow that. That's the goal.
Now, I want to shout out your gym, but I don't know since you got so many clients.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna let him shout out his gym, everybody.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna take you on. He will not take you on person. He can go on his online.
The good thing is, yeah, absolutely. Quick fit, personal training, focused on body transformations. Whatever your goal is, whether it's gaining muscle, losing body fat, becoming more mobile, getting stronger, becoming a better athlete. I do train a lot of athletes as well. So depending on what your goal is, I got you covered with Quick Fit. For in-person training, the good thing is that I do have a waiting list. So people can contact me. If you can get more info, www.quickfit.com, QUIKFITT.com. And I will add you to a waiting list if you're really serious about training. And as soon as I do get those openings in the schedule, whoever would like to get started,
Right.
Quick Fit personal training, whether it's in-person or online coaching, I'll give them a holler and shout out.
Okay. Yeah. See, like I said, I've seen him look on his Instagram. Please, I'll put his Instagram in the caption about the show. But please, let everybody know where they can find you on Instagram. Maybe they can message you too.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, definitely. Because like I said, I've seen videos of him working people out.
Yeah.
And they get busy, man. Like he's a tough. I think he's going to be real big when it comes to personal training. Because if you're already booked up to I can't even add. Even if I wanted to. I can't even add more clients.
Yeah,
that means you're doing something right.
Definitely.
So Jeremy, I want to say thank you, man, for coming on the show, man.
Thank you, Travis.
I appreciate it. Like I said, like I've always respect the discipline of like the bodybuilding thing, because like you said, like you have to go through hell.
Yeah.
I could never do it. I could never just eat the tilapia rice and broccoli and that's it. Like no seasoning, no salt, no nothing. Oh
crazy,
man. Like I want to be in shape, but not like that. Like I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So
it's a mindset, right?
Yeah, it's a mindset. So I respect the mess out of you.
Yeah.
And like I said, appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Travis. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you, man.
It's been a pleasure.
You can follow me at Travis W. Reed. That's REED, Travis W. on Instagram, Facebook. I post all my social media on all those sites. The web page is now up. The website is up at aathletesjourney.com. And like I said, all the things that are listed in there, you got the merch on there, you got all that stuff, all on the webpage. So people, you don't have to ask me about, all that stuff. Go to the webpage. And a website, and like I said, everything is on there, from the shows to the merch to everything that I'm doing. All right. Shout out, like I said, to 661 for, like I said, making this as studio our home. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, he trains the boss, so that's where he's at. He trains the boss of all this, so that shows you how big time Jeremy is. So like I said, Jeremy, appreciate you, and like I said, we'll catch you on next time. Peace.
Peace out.
All right.